Barenjager, originally used by bear hunters to lure the bears out of their den. But after that didn't work, they found it just was a lot more fun to drink. And it's quickly become one of my favorites this time of year. The fun thing about making Barenjager is that you can choose exactly how you want it. Now, the first time I made Barenjager, I used a lot of spices, and I left the spices in the jar. And it was really good, but all you ended up tasting were those baking spices. The cinnamon, the ginger, the nutmeg. Lovely, but not exactly what I was going for. The honey was lost in that. Now, the second time I made it, I omitted all spices, only did honey, and that was actually very good. You just got a surge of honey flavor. However, I was missing those flavor profiles associated with that warm baking spices. Now, this time is right in the happy medium. This is exactly how I like to make it now. And it's just a little bit of spice flavor, but you get the predominant honey flavor forward just with that baking spice warmth as an afterthought. And you can see the way I achieve this is instead of leaving the spices and just mixing them in with the bottle, I like to steep them in a little bit of honey and then strain out those spices. And this gives it that excellent honey forward flavor with a little bit of that baking spice warmth, and you don't have that overpowering baking spice flavor. You can see I did orange zest and then the cinnamon stick. I really like using the cinnamon stick over ground cinnamon so you don't have a over powerful cinnamon flavor. And then I did ginger and just a touch of nutmeg. Go real light on the nutmeg because that is a strong flavor that will quickly become very apparent and strong in your final drink. So after all this talk, what does Barenjager taste like? Well, of course, it tastes like honey. On the nose, you get honey forward, and then for this one, I'm smelling a lot of that orange zest, which is just lovely. And then as you taste it, oh, it's so good. So it's very sweet, but not cloyingly sweet. It's not like drinking syrup. It's very nice. It's a pop of honey right away. I'm getting strong orange zest, which is nice. But then as you let it linger for a bit, you get that warmth of the ginger and the cinnamon. But those aren't the main players in this batch right here. This is so good. Absolutely love it. Now, as good as this is just straight neat, I actually prefer to drink this either on ice, and this is just sweet enough where as the ice melts, it doesn't get too watery. It can hold up to a good bit of ice, a little bit of melt in there, and that for me is exactly how I like it. I don't typically drink this straight neat. Generally, it's on ice. And then if I'm not going to do it on ice, the other way I love to drink this is in an old-fashioned. 2 shots of bourbon, about a half shot of Barenjager, and you get this lovely honey old-fashioned, which is just the main way, honestly. Honestly, that's the main reason I make this stuff. Is for those old fashions. It's much better than a Demerara simple syrup or just a basic simple syrup. Trust me, this will make your old fashions pop. Oh, Barenjager, it is so good. Now, this time I kept it real simple with the spices, but you can get wild. Throw a little cayenne in there, give it some heat. A lot of times I'll put in just a touch of vanilla. It makes it really nice. You can go crazy with the spices. And you can also buy this at the store, but I don't know why you ever would. It's so easy to make, and it's so much cheaper when you make it yourself. If you buy it in the store, I want to say the bottle's well over $30, which is just crazy for a little bit of vodka and honey. So if you ended up making this, or you've had it before, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know if you like it or not. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Cheers.